Most of us might think that animals are perfect. Well, here are some animals that asked for help. You are welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time, please kindly subscribe to my channel.
Firefighters sprang into action to revive the cat, and it worked. The woman's reaction proves that our pets are more than just animals. They're our family members.
After this man helped a sloth cross the street, the adorable animal even thanked him for its kindness.
Dolphin accidentally swims into a dead end and throws itself ashore out of desperation. But thankfully, this woman notices. She decides to take it to the sea in hopes that it'll find its way home. Come on, little guy, swim to your mother and don't lose her. It happens when a hummingbird doesn't notice a tree while flying 40 kilometers per hour. Looks like it's doing a system check now.
Unfortunately, some people would probably let an animal experiencing heart failure die, but this man in India secured his place in our hearts by showing you should never give up.
Yeah?
This female loggerhead turtle had a net stuck so far down its throat that it made it difficult for the animal to eat or even breathe. But thankfully, the turtle found these kind people who were willing to help.
The stray dog was poisoned, and he seems to know that this is the end for him. But his cries were heard, and medics were called to the scene with an antidote. Another stray dog even appears concerned by the fellow dog suffering. What a great thing to know that this poor creature will be okay.
This squirrel probably just wanted to play with some fishing line, but it got all tangled up and couldn't get out. It took these guys quite a long time to free him. Oh, look, he decided to come back and thank them.
This bat touched some power wires and died, but its fur protected her baby. The poor thing doesn't want to let its mother go. But it looks like it has a new mother now.
Okay, baby. Yeah.
Cub decides to help itself to some dog food, but instead gets its head stuck in a jar. Lucky for this fox, it stumbled into this particular person's yard.
There we go.
And now it looks like this little cub belongs to him.
A flock of birds tried to rest on a fence, but they slipped and got their heads stuck between the boards, making them easy prey for would-be predators. That is, if it weren't for this guy.
A huge snake had tightly coiled itself around a young deer in an attempt to suffocate it. While several cars drove by, oblivious to the cruelty of nature, one decided to come to this deer's rescue and saved it from becoming a tasty meal for the snake.
Baby deer lost its mother during a flood and didn't know what to do, but it looks like it has new parents now.
I don't know what to do with them. I can't just leave them.
Oh my god.
This little bird was literally chasing a woman and her dog. It turned out that all it needed was a sip of water.
I said, Mom, I have a bird that...
Baby deer was hopelessly stuck in the mud, and it appeared the situation was dire. But suddenly, a human comes to its aid, skillfully operating an excavator with pinpoint accuracy, rescuing the baby from the sticky situation.
This baby goat was loudly crying because its head was stuck in a wheel. Thankfully, people didn't just stand by.
Exhausted camel was seen collapsed on the side of the road in the middle of the Algerian desert. This truck driver stopped to provide water to the thirsty animal.
Sheep was stuck in a fence and was thrashing uncontrollably, trying to break free. Look how quickly it calmed down when it realized this guy was there to help.
Come on, Mike.
This family went on their daily beach walk where their dogs love to take a swim, but they didn't expect something would go horribly wrong today. One of the dogs suddenly slipped below the surface and was about to drown. But thanks to the owner's quick response, the dog was saved at the very last moment.
These divers noticed a large turtle heading their way. Someone must have been very cruel, plunging a spear into the animal's neck. Thankfully, this story has a happy ending.
When a cat fell into the water, it seemed impossible that it would be able to get out. But thankfully, this man came up with a creative idea and saved the poor animal.
'Leopard could never get out of this deep well if it weren't for the people that came to its aid.
Was so stricken by heat stroke that it barely had any strength left in his body when suddenly a gracious man brought the squirrel some much needed water. The squirrel was so grateful for his kind gesture, he didn't want to leave the man's side.
This eagle asked for some water on a hot day. How could you say no?
Смотри, какой хороший.